Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm here to share the experience of my three different channels with you, from my solar channel with over 20,000 subscribers and a video about to hit 1 million views, to my Build Unbound channel where it's just getting started and about 500 subscribers, and we're just learning to really get the growth going, to this one that has just gotten started, and I'm hoping for big things to happen as we learn together how to expand our YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk a lot about thumbnail mistakes small creators make, and hopefully, between the two of us, we can come up with some ways to make them better. The first thing is, we want to fix the number one growth limiter we have, which is the click-through rate. A thumbnail really contributes to the click-through rate as it really tells the story. You hear the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, they're absolutely right. A picture is worth 1,000 words in this case also, because your title is only 50 letters. So you don't have much time to tell these people and to get them to click on what you want. And so your thumbnail needs to be the key to it. So let's run through a couple of different things that we see that are common mistakes that are made, and maybe you can fix a few of them that you have. And if you have some that I've missed, please let me know about them in the comments below. I'm always looking for new ways to improve my own thumbnails and my own content. Too much text. People try to explain their whole video in their thumbnail. And to be honest with you, if you can't make a thumbnail that has no text on it that really depicts what's going on, and then use that text as an emphasis to it, not as a replacement for it. It's very rare that the thumbnail text needs to be everything about it. The title takes care of that aspect. What you really need to do is you need to make the picture tell that story. And you'll find that you'll get much better responses that way. Limit your words to 1 to 5 words, and you'll see that you're going to get a lot better results there. Sometimes that's not hard to do, and sometimes I even break those rules. But I've learned that if I go back and analyze the ones that are out there, that most of the time they are the ones that do it, unless it's a greening content, and some of the greening content having more description for a particular product someone's buying on Amazon or something like that might do you some good. The next item, number two, is that there is no clear subject. This is really where a lot of people fall short. You look at the thumbnail and it talks about something, but it's not clear what problem you're going to solve. And you need to make sure that you highlight that with the thumbnail only. In other words, when you're building your thumbnail, I highly suggest you leave out the words. Make that thumbnail say what you want to say, then add some words to it to emphasize it and make it even better. But if you can't depict what it is that you're trying to say with just the image, then maybe the idea isn't as good as you think it is, and you need to reconsider actually building it. And this is why you hear a lot of creators say, I create my thumbnails first, because if they can't create a good, strong thumbnail, people aren't going to click on it. And if they don't click on it, then what's the use of making the video? You're just going to have a whole bunch of content and time spent that you're never going to get anybody to view it. So I encourage you to create, and I am guilty of doing this. I don't always create my thumbnails first, but when I do, I usually get much better results. So create your thumbnail first, do it without words, and then emphasize what you want with the words on top of the thumbnail. Low contrast or hard to see on a mobile phone. A lot of us don't even bother to look at what it looks like on a mobile phone. I suggest that you find a tool such as vidIQ or something like that that you can use that will allow you to see what your thumbnails are going to look like on a mobile device. You want to make sure that it's still visible and clear. A large portion of people watch these videos on their phone. They're in an airport, they're traveling, they're at work, they're at lunch, they're in their car, they're waiting for someone else to do some shopping. Whatever the case may be, a very, very large portion is on a mobile device. And if your thumbnail looks great full screen, that's wonderful, but that won't do you any good for the between 30 and 80% of people who watch these videos on a mobile device. So make sure that your contrast is readable. If you have a question in this thing, one thing I have found that ChatGPT is really good at is say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm releasing a video with this title and this is the thumbnail. Can you be brutally honest on what you see here that's wrong and ways I can improve it? And it will give you a lot of really good ideas. Most of them are fairly useful. Some of them are not. But at least if you're not sure that you haven't come up with the exact style that you like to use or thumbnails that are working really well for your channel yet, then ChatGPT can certainly help you bend it and learn the way that you can make thumbnails that do work for you. It's been invaluable to me, and I still from time to time go back and reevaluate, how am I building thumbnails? Is there something new that I can do? Because as we learn to do this, and the one thing I said to my wife the other day is if you're a cook and you cook your first dish and everyone expected your first dish to be this beautiful platter of food, then we would all be in a lot of trouble, because there would be no cooks in the world, because most likely their first dish wasn't very good. But now that they've been cooking for years, they have the experience, they have all the little tricks and secrets. The same thing's true with creating YouTube. Don't expect that beautiful gourmet dish on the first video you put out. It takes practice to learn the process. Take the time to learn the process. There are very few shortcuts. And if you do take them, then it will definitely make a difference. Take that 1%, make one thing better every single time you build a video. And that way you have that skill for life going forward. Long term, it'll pay off 100 times over. Uh, the next thing I see on my list, number 4, is no emotional or curiosity. Some people try to, and this goes into number 5, which is trying to be too accurate and not clickable. So you want to create some emotion and curiosity in there. You don't want to be clickbait, meaning you don't want to say one thing and not perform at all. But at the same time, you need to, it is advertising and it is not what is the word for it? It is not a documentary on accuracy in your thumbnail. So you need to make sure that you leave some to curiosity, and that maybe you leave certain aspects of it out to make it seem like, oh, really? And, but make sure you're delivering on what you promise, because clickbait is never good. It'll always make your channel suffer. But keep in mind that emotion and curiosity, a surprised face, or some kind of emotion, or a big question mark, a really, and a question mark in your one word, or something along those lines, or how did this happen, or major failure, and a picture of something catching on fire or something. That really tells a story. They see an item catching on fire, and then the words emphasize it and make it more come to life and bring up that curiosity. And that's really what you're after there. Number 6 is everything is competing for attention. So when you build your thumbnail, the one thing you want to make sure you do is you don't have 15 images scattered all over the screen talking about it, and words underneath it and above it, and everything starts to compete. This is one thing that ChatGPT is really good at pointing out. It will tell you, hey, look, you really need to get rid of some of this, fade that off into the background. It doesn't mean they don't need to be there. But sometimes there's ways that it will suggest that you make them darker, you fade them into the background, you fuzz them out a little bit so that they're still subconsciously there, but they're no longer the focal point. The focal point becomes the item right here that's catching on fire, and a couple of words that are emphasized just right, and everything else kind of blends off into the background. But when you look at that and you're scrolling down that mobile device and you see that, you're like, oh, wow, look at that. That's the first thing you do is you click on it. That's what you're looking for. And that's what I mean by everything's competing for attention. And it's a very common mistake that you try to put too much in there. So take a look at that and see if you can clear that up. Number 7, and the last one that I have, is no clear outcome or story. You need to make sure that you're delivering an outcome. And if you are in your thumbnail, that you imply that you're going to have a solution for it. It can't just be, uh, a thumbnail that just basically states it caught on fire. It can be, how did this fire happen and what did we do to fix it? Or, something along those lines. And you can use your title to help with some of that also. But make sure that your picture, you try to depict both sides of the coin. What are you going to be delivering and what are you going to be, solve? Or maybe you show it on fire and instead of saying, how did this happen? You say, solved in 30 seconds. And that way they know that you're going to be talking about this, whatever it was that caught on fire, and how you solved it in 30 seconds. Now you've implied the next level of a solution and they know how they're going to get a fix for it. And that's where the curiosity comes from. Well, how did he solve it in 30 seconds? And then they go into that video to watch it. And as long as you deliver, that's when you start getting subscribers. That's when your channel starts to build. As you can see, I'm extremely passionate about YouTube, growing my channels. I want you to come along with the ride for me. So please subscribe today, and I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you then.